Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to put together these really cute baskets. They're kind of hard to show you this way because they're trying to roll away, but look how darling these are. They do take a little bit of time to put together, but there are several of these in the MiniLou store, and of course you can change out the colors or add more flowers if you wanted to, but they're such a cute way to add a treat. You can see they're a really substantial size, but you can cut them on your cameo or your portrait, because I used a lot of 8.5 by 11 paper for this project. So let me show you how to get started. I'm going to show you by using the kitty one today. Just put these all out of the way. Here we go, lots of little pieces. And it does take, you know, 2 or 3 pieces to cut the main piece of the basket, but it's at least a substantial sized basket. You'll see many baskets kind of smaller because of the fitting of the paper to everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start by folding all these score lines in. It just makes it easier when I go to hot glue. Okay, so now I'm going to take this circle piece and a little bit of hot glue. I'm going to place a little bit on the edge right here, and I'm just going to glue that down along the edge. Okay, as you glue along, give it a little tiny bit of room, not a ton, because that's what helps with the bend. You could even have them touching. And it doesn't matter necessarily which one's on top or bottom at this point. It matters when we go to put on the top part of the basket. You can see my last couple are going to be tight here because I kind of spaced them. It is no big deal. Like seriously, it's just not a big deal. I am going to put it behind one to make sure I can get the petal look I'm looking for. Okay. All right. So the next spot to pay attention to is we're going to build the top of the basket. So you have 2 pieces like this. We're going to glue them together. Doesn't matter how you glue them together. And then it should fit perfectly right here in the center. Just like that. So what you're going to do is try to glue all these petals so that they're centered up. Otherwise it kind of gets a little off-centered. So no matter what, it's not going to be perfect because these petals that you've put on, they're kind of doing their own thing. So the best thing you can do is kind of just help bend them up a bit like this. And then our main goal is to keep all our petals going the same way. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to put a dab of glue on the bottom of this first petal that I'm working with. I'm bringing it in because I want it to fit over this centerpiece, okay? And then here's the second one. Just need a small dab, and I'm gonna just tuck it also like that. Okay, so you're gonna continue to tuck these around, and the goal is, see this one, can you see that it's on the outside? I'm gonna tuck this in so that all of them are going the same way. Just make sure that they're underneath the next one over. And if they're not underneath, if you started the other way, you can always make sure that they're on top of. It doesn't matter which way you go, just as long as they're all the same. Okay, as you come to the end, you might have one that wants to stick out in or out. Mine's working out relatively well for me. You can see that it is gonna, we're gonna stick it right in there, but it is gonna overlap a little bit. That's okay. Okay, so you should get something like this, and you can kind of push on the band to help shape it, but usually the shape it is here, that is the shape you've got, and that is just a product of, you know, how you build it. Okay. Next we're going to put on the handle, which is pretty easy. Just take a little bit of hot glue and choose one side and just hot glue the other side. This part is really not rocket science. There you go. Okay, so here's the base. Next we're gonna put on the kitty cat. You can see I've already glued all the pieces with stick glue to the kitty cat. So we're gonna start with that, and all you're gonna do is glue that down right here to the front, and I am gonna bend it a little bit so it helps the shaping. I'm putting mine all to the side. Of course you could put them wherever you wanted, but mine's just to the side because I thought it'd be cute, because then you could see like the candy coming out or whatever you end up putting in these. And then I like using pop dots for the paws because then they kind of stick out. I did ink the edges if you're really into that. I don't always do that, but I did for this one. The pop dots help because you're dealing with these funny curves, and sometimes that can mess up when you're just gluing it down. So, and then I have a kitty cat tail here, and I'm not using pop dots for it because we have to put this little border on it. You could not do the border if you didn't want to. These are the borders I'm using today. The kitty cat comes with a scallop. Some come with like a grassy scallop, grassy edge. Okay, and then I am going to put on the scallop border, and this is kind of the hardest bit because it's kind of hard to get in there. So I just put a little bit on and start over here on the edge. And then you kind of almost just have to like stick your glue gun in there and like hope it works out. You should have two pieces like that. I'm going to start mine over here. Ideally, it wouldn't start here, it would start at the handle, but I kind of missed it by a little bit. It's no big deal. We'll just start it right there. I feel like this, like having a little edge on these baskets really finishes them off nicely. So you see that, and now we're going to finish with the flower. So these are just like any of the other flowers we've done before. Just going to finger press them, and you can make a decision on where you want to put this flower. It can be in the kitty cat hair, it can be head, it could be on its head, it could be on the side. I'm just going to go ahead and put it together. There's this tiny little white piece that I almost lost there. Here we go. Put those in the center. And I'm going to just drop a little pearl in the center here. So cute. Okay, now I just have to decide where I'm gonna put it. This flower's kind of big. It seems like it would be big for the head, but that would be so cute. I'm kind of thinking of putting it over here on the side, on one side or the other. Maybe I'll move in one of the paws and bring it over to the side, like right here, because I've got a couple of cute leaves to go with it too. And I'm going to use another pop dot. That way I don't mess up my basket at all if for some reason I want to move it. And then I've got a couple of these fun leaves that I'm also going to pop dot in here. And I kind of think maybe I won't pop dot because I think I can get them up there, which I would love, and then have a little hot glue on them and just have them attached to the flower versus the basket. All right, there we go. Cute little kitty basket. Isn't that sweet? They're actually not that hard to make, not that hard to cut out, but it's such a cute result. All right, make sure and subscribe to the channel so we can give you more tutorials on our silhouette projects.